Okay, coming back to you with another scenario of Advanced Squad Leader. We're doing ASL 215, the Forester's Lodge. This is from the new AP20 pack. And this takes place in May 1942 in Krishcheshire Forest in Mayaki, Russia. And so what happened is that the Germans are holding this Forester's Lodge. They retreated and left the guns behind and some wounded soldiers. And the Russians are attacking with tanks and with infantry. And so what you have to start is you've got three 37L guns for the Germans. You've got some support weapons which are hidden. You've got a pillbox. Germans have three T-34s and then a KV-1. And the victory conditions are the Russians win at game end by amassing more VP than the Germans. CVP are normally, except that an AFE is worth 2, excluding its crew, and each building controlled is worth 2 victory points. Neither side has control at the beginning. As far as the SSRs, the main ones are the Germans can hide the support weapons, which I did, and I'll show you that in a second. The crew need to start with the guns. Guns have HE of 7. And then at the start of the movement phase, good order non-CX Russian MMCs and buildings can spend 1 movement point to make a discovery dice roll. And on a die roll of 1 or 2, they discovered one of the unarmed squads and would capture them. And they can do a maximum of 2. So that's the scenario. And what I've done here is I've set up a gun here, a gun in the pillbox here, a gun over here, and then I've hidden the MMG and the mortar here. So without further ado, let's get started. Rally phase, turn 1, Russians go first. No rally actions, prep fire, no prep fire. We're going straight to movement. Okay, so these tanks over here are radioless, but they're starting in motion. One of the conditions is they can start in motion. So I'm going to start everything in motion. Okay, and then I'm going to start with okay, these guys are going to do platoon movement, or not. Is it platoon movement? I think that's what it's called. Okay, so they're in motion, so they're going to go there for 1, 1, 1. And this guy is going to reveal. Hold on. That guy's going to reveal and fire, and he's going to try and fire heat. His there's a ordnance rule. Someone on I can't recall who told me about this on Discord, where they've got something called the Stella Granata, I think, where they can fire heat at these guys. And so he's only seen him for 1. Okay, so first of all, these guys all get revealed. Okay. And then the Stella Granata has an availability of 6. Has a 2 hit of 11, -1 for every hex in range. So this is, he's shooting at this guy, so that's going to be a 2 hit of 8. But then we've also got, what else do we have? We've got moving target, so that's +2. That brings it down to a 6. Less than 1 or less movement point, that brings it down to a 4. Anything else? Are these guys a large target? What does the square mean? I think the square might mean a large target. Oh, no. It's based on the... Okay, if no red or white, then it's an average target. Okay, so he needs a 4 to hit. And needs a 6 to have the Stella Granata. Okay, let's do this. 2 hit. Okay, so he's got no rate and no Stella Granata. Okay, no heat. That was lame. Acquisition of 1. Okay, so those guys are sitting 1 there. They'll go there for 2. No, wait a minute. They can't go. Actually, they got. I think they need to go around this lake. I don't know how that would work with impulse movement. So there they go there for 2. There for 3. Change covered arc for 4. 4 and 3. There's a bug there. Okay, 4 and 3. Go there for 5 and 4. Okay. And then so they're sitting 5 and the squad's sitting 4. I think that they can abandon them. Let me check on that. Meaning I think that what they want to do is they want to drop the squads and continue on. And maybe do an overrun on this guy. Okay. Okay, so I looked it up. So the AFEs can move no further with armored assault, no further than they could go than if the squads were with them the whole time. So I'm sitting 5 movement points for the AFE and 4 movement factors for the squad. So they'll stop there. And okay. They'll stop there. Okay, so I'm going to go over to this KV here. So he's starting in motion. They're going to do armored assault as well. They're going to go there for 1. Bypass 2, 3. bypassing hex, the D hex, D8, 2, 3, 2 for the squad, there for 4. Okay, this guy is going to unhip and take a shot. Okay, he's going to, and when he unhips, reveals, these guys are going to be revealed too. He's going to force to reveal these guys. Okay. So he's going to try heat. Needs, let's see. Needs a 6 or less for it to be available. I'm going to roll it, and if it's close. Okay, so he does have it. He gets rate. Let's figure out what the real 2-hit is. So he only saw him for 1 hex, for 1 movement. So it's a range of, so base of 10, moving target +2, defensive fire less than or equal to 1 movement point. No, he's seen him for more. He saw him in this previous hex. So he's seen him for 3 because he saw him for 1, 2. He's seen him for 3. So that's +2 for case J, +1 for case J1. Point blank -1, so it's a +2. He needs an 8. He got a 6. Okay, and is that a side shot? I think that's a side shot. Or maybe that's a frontal shot. No, because it's going right down the spine, so it's a frontal shot. So, and did he hit him in the, okay, hit him in the turret. It's an 8. With a square, that means the turret goes up 1. Not up 1, up, okay, so the square means a stronger turret. But what does that go to? Okay. So if we look at D1.6, armor factor goes up to an 11. Okay, so superior is an 11. But he hit him with heat. And he rolled a 6, so he's actually out of heat. Out of heat. And I need to check this. I'll check to see if he loses concealment. All right. So heat is going to blow this guy up because I think heat is a 26 to kill. Okay, so according to C7.33, the heat for 37 is a 26. So anything but a 12 is going to kill him. Okay, 8. So 26. Actually, it's more than a 26 because it's 2 hexes +2. Oh no, wait. No, that's not right. Okay, so 26 minus 11 is 15. So it's not more than half, or less than half, just barely. So I get a roll for they're killed, but I roll for crew survival. Okay, no crew survival. These guys kept rate of fire. And I'm going to put an acquisition. Okay, so he's prepped. All right. Okay, going over to these guys over here. Okay. So I've got Sorkin in the squad with the MG. I just do. All right, so he's going to go there for 2. There for 4. That guy's going to go there for 2. This guy's going to reveal. This guy will temporarily reveal to force this guy to strip his concealment. Actually, I'm going to go one at a time. So we'll start with, that's 2. And then there for 3. These guys are first fired. And there for 4, 5. This guy will do the same thing. So they're CX'd. These guys will subsequent. They'll do, actually they'll try and fire HE on them with intensive fire. Okay, so they probably got it. So let's see, firing on the infantry target type. So base of 8. First fire non-assault movement -1, so that brings it up to a 9. TM of 2 brings it down to a 7. Point blank brings it up to a 9 again. So would that be a critical hit? I guess I gotta figure this out to see if it's a critical. Okay, so base of 8. First fire non-assault movement. That brings it up to a 9. Point blank brings it up to an 11. TEM brings it down to a 9. And so that's less than half of the to hit. So that's a critical. Okay. So then that's going to be, so double and then -2 for the building. So it's a 37 which is a 4. So that's going to be an 8 minus 2. Wow. And he intensive. Okay, 8 minus 2. 7 on an 8 is a 1 check. Okay, so squad. That's a 10. They don't ELR, but he breaks. And on the half squad, that's a pin. Okay. All right. That's it for movement. Now, any defensive fire? Any other defensive fire? Nope. Advancing fire. Okay, so this guy, he's not broken. I don't know why he's... Okay, so he's going to take a shot at 2 up 2 here. Okay, that's nothing. This guy would do, what would that be? That would be 4 up 2. So he's going to take a shot. This guy here is going to take, no, it's going to, would be a 2 up 2. He's, I guess he'll fire. Why not? 2 up 2, 8 on a 2. That's nothing. Okay, these guys down here, they're going to fire. He's going to fire his MGs, which is going to be a 2 up 2. So from here to here, 2 up 2. Nothing. He's going to fire his main armament. Okay, this guy behind him is going to fire would be a 2 up 3. Probably not worth it. But he'll fire his main armament. Okay, this guy back here is going to fire his main armament. Unlikely to be a hit. So range of less than 6. He's firing at the, what is he firing? I didn't state, so I guess he's firing at the infantry target type. So that would be an 8. So this is bounding fire. That's going to be +2. Fire in the advanced phase. So case C and case B is going to be +4. It brings it down to a 4. He has emplacement, brings it down to a 2. The 2 hindrances in front of him brings it down to a 0. So that's a miss. Okay, but he gets acquisition. Okay, and then the squads. Wait, why is that? That should be a 467. I mean a 447. Okay. And then will the squads fire? So that would be a 2. Guy in front will fire a 2 up 2. Nothing. Guy behind him would be a 2 up 3. He's not going to, might as well fire. What the heck? Nothing. Okay. Everybody's advanced. Route phase. Okay, so he's going to go, let's see. I think they could route to here. Let me get rid of the counters. All right, so okay, so this guy's going to route there for 1 because it's orchard, doesn't get interdicted. There for 2, 3. Okay. Any other routes? No routes. Advance phase. These guys will advance. Why is that guy? Okay. This guy's going to advance into here for close combat. And then I'm going to have to look up how close combat works in for pillboxes. Let me put that on hold for a second. Let me pause this. Okay, so I think I know what's going on, but I'm not entirely sure. So first of all, when they move in there, I need to reveal, unhip these guys. Let me try that again. All right. Kind of making a mess of this. Where was I? It was right here. Okay, so roll for ambush. And the Germans get a +2 for being Germans get an ambush for a +2 for being in a pillbox, and then -2 for being concealed. God damn it. Okay, so it's going to be straight up on the roll. Okay, Russians, Germans. Okay, no ambush. The Germans are going to stay concealed. They're not going to attack. So we've got a Russian's got 4. Germans have 2. Russian attack is halved because they're concealed. So it's a 1-to-1. They need a 5 for an effect. Nope. Okay, and then it doesn't go to melee. So we'll just delete that. And we're on to the next phase. Okay, so it's going to be the German phase next. Thanks for watching.